Alright, guys. So, hang on. Camera focus. Come on. There we go. So, welcome back to another comic review. I know I've done technically three, well, it's four reviews, but I've done three videos. Yeah. So, in my dual review for Dark Shaman and Terminal Alice, I talked about there was another comic from Zenoscope that Chris Mount Vernon Kid sent me. Chris, one love, thank you so much. That I really loved from that Zenoscope haul, and I really like Zenoscope. The more I read Zenoscope comics, the more I really enjoy them. And this was a definite one for me, and that is Belle Beast Hunter. Now, like I said before, the big thing with Zenoscope is that they have like a darker twist on a lot of the classic Grimm fairy tales. In fact, it's part of a Grimm universe. And this is you can probably guess already, this is the reimagining of Belle, and of course the story of Beauty and the Beast. So in this continuity, Annabelle, that's her full. This is going to be This is her full name in the comic. Annabelle is a monster hunter. Her family, her mother's side of the family, have been like a line of monster hunters. And one day, her mother never came home from a mission. And later on, her adopted brother Alex went off. He never came back, and she continued the business further on with the help of her teacher Candlestick. Yeah. But something has happened. These monster attacks are getting more and more frequent, and they're becoming more coordinated. So she's kind of thrown into... So Belle is thrown into this kind of world of, this kind of new story and new kind of like dangers along the way. So what I really dug about this comic was, first off, this is some of the best action I've read in the Zenoscope comic. Not to say they haven't had a lot of action, but I think this is some of the most well put together action. When Belle is fighting these monsters, you feel every hit. Every comic panel is choreographed so well, and the artwork is really good. This was sadly one of the last things former Marvel artist Bong Dazo had done before his tragic passing. He had actually done, the first three issues of this 6-issue miniseries. And that's what I also like about this comic over the other two, where I said, like, those miniseries of Terminal Alice and Dark Shaman felt like they didn't have enough room to breathe in. It felt like they just didn't have any kind of, like, leeway or room to really feel like they breathe or do anything that felt like it was rushing. This, it feels like, for a 6-issue miniseries, this feels like very much a very well put together and very like the comic has like pacing. That was one of my biggest issues with the other two Zenoscope comics. Was that it felt like the pacing was so off the goddamn wall. Here it's vastly different. It is a vastly different story. It feels like there's time to breathe. There's great characters. Like when a new character is introduced, we get some time with them. And again, the action in here is just phenomenal. I really dig the action in this comic. It is so well put together. Belle herself is a very well put together character. She is... Now, I've talked about this before, where Zenoscope is known for having some more TNA in their character, but here's the thing. The TNA is kind of more like pinups than anything else, and yes, the costumes are very revealing for the characters, but what I like is that it's not a gimmick with well, it used to be a gimmick with Zenoscope, but the thing is that these characters that they've created are like very overtly sexual or sexualized, and that's a whole can of worms for another time. But what I like about it is that they don't draw attention to it. Like, it's not like, oh, I ripped my suit, oh, I guess my boobs are out. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. And especially, if anything, Belle's costume is very like covering. Like, it's not like they even make a joke like saying like, yeah, what kind of dumbass would wear like show their cleavage in the middle of a fight? What kind of fucking idiot does that? So I was like, it's almost like they understand, like this writer understands where they're coming from with all this. So I really dug that. But yeah, and again, going back to like I've said with Zenoscope, is that they don't draw. Yeah, that's the eye catcher, but like there's a story there. There's lore here, and I really dig that. I really dig that there's a lot of lore and storytelling for it, and I really dig that about Zenoscope from what I've read. And I'm slowly getting, like, Chris keeps sending me more and more like Zenescope comics, so I'm getting more and more like into the Zenescope universe. And this was although Terminal Alice and Dark Shaman kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Again, that's no dig at Chris. He sent them because he, I'm not gonna like every comic that gets sent my way, or I'm just, but this Belle Beast Hunter was it was like, this is the Zenescope I really enjoy. This is the Zenescope comics that I really love to read and dig into. So I'd love to read more about this. So far, though, my favorite of the Zenescope comics is Robin Hood. The Robin Hood comics are probably my favorite, followed by Godstorm. I really dug Godstorm from the first volume. And I also like their miniseries Escape from Monster Island. That was really fun. I don't think it follows any of the continuity. It's just kind of under their imprint, because they do have the Grimm universe, and they have comics just in, they just do. I really want to read like the comic with the Reaper. I can't remember that name. I also want to check out like Cinderella Serial Killer, and also, of course, the one that started all, the Alice in Wonderland series. So yeah, so far I've only scratched the surface on a lot of the Zenescope universe. But yeah, as always, Chris, I hope you're watching this, and again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for this. This was so much fun to read. I know I kind of had a few digs at it, but hey, it's not your fault, man. And I'm always looking forward to the next comic haul you send me, man. Send me, brother. So as always, one love, man. Anyway, so if anyone out there is a fan of Zenescope, please comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of this review, and leave some suggestions if you are a Zenescope fan for me to check out. Like if there's any Zenescope comics I'm missing that you think I might enjoy. Anyway, but until next time, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.